Goodbye, weak legs and tingling hands. Here are 8 collagen-rich nuts you should eat. It goes beyond age. It's a clear indication that your muscles and nerves are deficient in collagen. Your collagen levels are halved by the age of 60, and when you don't have enough of it, your legs begin to weaken from the inside out, your joints grind, and your nerves misfire. However, 99% of seniors are unaware of this. Some nuts, yes, easy, reasonably priced nuts, can help repair years of damage by naturally promoting the formation of collagen. Recent research is now demonstrating this. Expensive vitamins and dangerous injections are not necessary. All you have to do is eat more wisely, since not all nuts are beneficial. Actually, a lot of well-known ones have no effect on collagen, and some even exacerbate symptoms. The 8 most potent collagen-rich nuts that reduce nerve tingling, promote healthy blood flow, and strengthen your hands and legs are revealed in this video, in order of least to most effective. Stay tuned because the most popular nut, which most people have never heard of, contains 67% more collagen-boosting chemicals than any other nut on the planet. According to one study, it could potentially repair damaged nerves in older persons in as little as 21 days. However, please leave this in the comments before we start. What is your current age? Tell us how old you are in the comments. Every comment is being read and responded to. Nut number 8, an underappreciated powerhouse that has been lurking in plain sight, will be our first topic. 8th, hazelnuts. Although hazelnuts are more commonly recognized for their use in chocolate spreads, these underappreciated nuts have a potent secret for elderly people who are struggling with tingling hands and weak legs. One of the best natural sources of vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant that directly guards against oxidative damage to tissues that produce collagen and nerve cells, is hazelnuts. That is significant. The collagen matrix in our joints, skin, and even blood vessels begins to deteriorate as we age due to free radicals, which are unstable chemicals that target healthy cells. Like a bodyguard, vitamin E prevents these dangerous radicals from destroying the collagen that supports your strong legs and healthy nerves. However, that is only the start. Manganese, a trace mineral essential to collagen production, is also abundant in hazelnuts. Your body cannot activate important enzymes involved in the formation and maintenance of connective tissue if you don't get enough manganese. Seniors should pay particular attention to this since as they age, their collagen breakdown rises, and their manganese intake tends to decline, frequently without any obvious signs until stiffness and weakness appear. According to a research in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older persons who consume more than 15 mg of vitamin E daily have a 38% lower risk of peripheral nerve injury. 1 ounce of hazelnuts has more than 80% of the recommended intake for manganese and approximately 4.3 mg of vitamin E, which is nearly a third of the daily need. Additionally, hazelnuts promote good circulation, which is necessary for delivering nutrients to nerve terminals and muscles. In regions like the hands and feet, where blood flow normally deteriorates with age, this has a significant impact. Select raw or dry roasted hazelnuts without any extra sugar or salt to get the most out of them. They can be blended into a homemade hazelnut butter, chopped into yogurt, or baked into fiber-rich muffins. Due to their high content of good fats, they can also increase the creation of collagen by improving absorption when combined with a vitamin C source, such as strawberries or a small citrus salad. After discovering the benefits of hazelnuts, let's examine a nut with a heartier texture that is incredibly calming to strained muscles. 7. Pili Nuts. You're not the only person who has never heard of Pili Nuts. However, if you're 60, they may be among the most potent nuts you've ever included in your diet. Rich, buttery, and softer than most other nuts, Pili nuts are indigenous to Southeast Asia, particularly the Philippines. However, don't be fooled by the texture. Their surprisingly high magnesium content, much more than that of most other nuts, makes them especially effective for elderly who are struggling with tingling hands and weak legs. Magnesium directly affects collagen modulation and is one of the most important minerals for nerve and muscle function and recovery. Collagen synthesis slows, muscle spasms increase, and nerve transmission deteriorates when magnesium levels fall, particularly in the hands and feet. The kicker is this: the electrochemical balance that nerves require to fire properly is restored by the 80 mg of magnesium that 1 ounce of Pili Nuts provides, or about 20% of the daily requirement. Magnesium supplementation reduced the frequency of leg cramps and enhanced the quality of sleep in older persons by almost 40% in just 4 weeks, according to a peer-reviewed study in nutrition. Additionally, your collagen-producing fibroblasts work more effectively when your nerves are healthy, which helps strengthen joints and ligaments where weakness has begun to manifest. There's more, though. Vitamin E and thiamine B1, 2 additional elements closely related to nerve healing and energy metabolism, are abundant in Pili Nuts. Pili Nuts are a unique collagen-friendly snack that actually soothes the nervous system rather than overstimulating it because of their triple threat of magnesium, vitamin E, and vitamin B1. A tiny quantity can have a significant impact on long-term mobility and daily nerve health. We are now approaching a nut that will bite even harder yet have a more profound effect on your lower limbs and ligaments. Stay still. You might already have number 6 in your pantry. 6th, Baruka Nuts. One of the most recent discoveries in the realm of superfoods are Baruka's nuts, often known as Brazilian savanna nuts. Additionally, they might be a game changer for seniors who want to get rid of that persistent tingling in their hands and strengthen their legs. These nuts are notable for more reasons than just their fiber and protein levels. It's their unique blend of micronutrients that directly affect blood vessels, nerves, and soft tissue healing, as well as their collagen-activating antioxidant profile. 1 serving of these nuts, which are derived from the wild Baruka trees in the Cerrado region of South America, has more magnesium, zinc, and selenium than almost any other nut on the earth. Let's examine why this is important to you. Muscle tissue thins, nerve transmission slows, and your body's capacity to mend tiny breaks in collagen-based tissue and ligaments drastically declines after the age of 60. According to studies, selenium, which is abundant in Barukas, is essential for lowering oxidative stress in connective tissues. According to a 2021 study that was published in Antioxidants, elderly who had higher selenium levels walked faster and had noticeably better grips than those who did not. The antioxidant capacity of Baruka's nuts is 4 times that of blueberries, which is even more remarkable. Yes, blueberries effectively protect collagen from inflammation-induced degradation in addition to aiding in its synthesis. Select raw or dry-roasted Barukas without any extra salt or oil if you want to beat them properly. Because of their inherent earthiness and crunch, they make a delicious snack when added to cooked oats, smashed over Greek yogurt, or eaten on its own. Try smashing them as a garnish for steamed veggies or combining them into a pesto if you want to use them in savory dishes. Even a 1/4 cup daily can have a big impact, especially when combined with foods high in lysine and vitamin C to help cells produce collagen. Next up is a nut that builds collagen and has been subtly dubbed the bone savior by researchers, but 99% of seniors still completely ignore it. Now, let's discuss number 5. 5th, Ginkgo Nuts. The Ginkgo tree's leaves, not its nuts, are what most people are familiar with. However, a traditional cure that is finally beginning to catch up with modern science is concealed inside the hard shell of the Ginkgo seed. Ginkgo nuts provide extremely uncommon, natural ingredients that boost circulation and nerve regeneration, two key mechanisms behind the sensation of strength and mobility for seniors who are suffering from tingling fingers, weak knees, or tight legs. First, let's talk about circulation. Bilobalide and ginkgolides. The same bioactive substances present in the tree are present in Ginkgo Nuts. These substances are vasodilators which aid in the enlargement of blood vessels. Why is that important? Because blood no longer reaches those areas efficiently, which is one of the most prevalent causes of older persons experiencing tingling in their hands or losing power in their legs. In just 4 weeks, Ginkgo extract increased blood flow by 12% in elderly patients with peripheral artery disease, according to a study published in Phytomedicine. The true power of the nut comes when oxygen and nutrients reach the muscles and neurons that rely on collagen for appropriate function as a result of that increased blood flow. There's a catch, though. Ginkgo nuts need to be prepared correctly. Ginkgo toxin, a substance that disrupts vitamin B6, makes raw Ginkgo nuts poisonous in high concentrations. However, the risk is significantly reduced, and the nutritional advantages are still present when it is boiled or roasted. Eat only 5 to 10 cooked Ginkgo nuts at a time, remove the shell, and boil them for at least 20 minutes for safety and optimal benefits. For a classic variation, you may pan-fry them lightly with greens and garlic, or add them to soups and porridges. Simply maintain consistency. Large doses taken all at once are less effective than small doses taken a few times a week. Researchers are currently investigating a nut that is so rich in collagen-boosting nutrients and copper that it may be able to reverse the deterioration of cartilage that comes with aging. Let's go on. To ensure that you don't miss any more videos like this, please hit the bell symbol, subscribe, and like the video if you have enjoyed it thus far. Fourth, Sacha Inchi Nuts. Although Sacha Inchi may not be well known, this odd, star-shaped seed from the Amazon jungle may be one of nature's most potent secrets for elderly people battling numb fingers, painful joints, or weak legs. Sacha Inchi nuts, sometimes referred to as the Inca peanut, are not actually nuts, but they are unique due to their effects on nerve restoration, joint support, and collagen synthesis. Sacha Inchi's uncommon ratio of omega-3, omega-6, and omega-9 fatty acids, all essential for reducing inflammation and promoting collagen synthesis, is what makes it so special. Omega-6, which is abundant in most healthful nuts, can actually increase inflammation when consumed in excess, but Sacha Inchi reverses this effect. Sacha Inchi is one of the best non-fish sources of alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3, with up to 48% of this vital fat, per a 2020 study published in Nutrients. That is a game-changer for seniors. Particularly when collagen has begun to degrade, omega-3 fatty acids directly increase blood vessel flexibility, lessen joint stiffness, and improve nerve conductivity. That's not all, though. Complete plant protein, which includes all 9 necessary amino acids your body needs to produce new collagen, is abundant in these nuts. That's important because without those full-spectrum amino acids, our body's ability to heal damaged tissues declines with age. Choose the lightly roasted seeds rather than the raw ones if you want to get the most out of Sacha Inchi. Roasting lowers possible anti-nutrients like fig acid, which can prevent the absorption of minerals, while simultaneously improving digestibility and flavor. They add a nutty crunch to cereals or salads, can be ground into a powder for smoothies, or can be eaten as a peanut-like snack. With only 1 ounce each day, you may get omega-3s that are comparable to a plate of salmon without the cholesterol, mercury, or fishy aftertaste. Next up is a nut that is so high in anti-inflammatory and selenium compounds that eating just 2 of them a day can change the way your joints move and feel. Third, this next nut doesn't even appear like a nut, according to Water Caltrop. Don't be fooled by its peculiar shape. It actually resembles a blackhorn or a tiny bat. One of the most collagen-supporting nuts you've never heard of is the water caltrop, sometimes referred to as the buffalo nut or water chestnut seed. And this underappreciated powerhouse might be the solution to re-establishing nerve signals and repairing joint tissues for elderly people who are experiencing tingling hands or stiff, painful legs. Gallic acid, a strong polyphenol found in abundance in water caltrops, directly contributes to the preservation of collagen structure and shields nerve endings from oxidative damage. The proteins that hold our tissues together, particularly collagen, are weakened as we age due to oxidative damage brought on by free radicals. However, gallic acid has been demonstrated in cellular longevity and oxidative medicine to counteract those free radicals, slow down the deterioration of collagen, and lessen the progression of neuropathy in older persons. This translates into increased tissue resilience, improved mobility, and reduced tingling. Their high potassium content and low glycemic index are two further underappreciated advantages. Due to poor circulation and mineral imbalances, seniors frequently notice a loss in leg strength, particularly after high-carb meals. However, water caltrops can aid increase muscular contractions, lessen leg bloating, and balance blood sugar levels after meals, all essential components for balance and strength when walking. Don't eat them uncooked, though. To eliminate dangerous microorganisms that may reside in the husk, they must be properly boiled or steam-cooked. Boil water caltrops until they are tender for maximum benefit. Remove the outer shell, then add them to soups and stir-fries or eat them warm as a savory snack. The dried version can also be ground into flour and used in gluten-free baking. You can begin to see improvements with just 4 to 5 fried nuts each day. Additionally, mix them with a vitamin C source, such as bell peppers or citrus, to improve the absorption of collagen. Next up is a rare nut that is only now becoming well known throughout the world for its ability to change skin, joints, and energy using a single, highly bioavailable form of plant collagen. Now, let's explore number 2. Second place. Almonds. Almonds are said to be heart-healthy. However, 99% of seniors are unaware that almonds are among the nuts that will help your legs, joints, and nerves produce more collagen. This is especially true if you are over 60 and beginning to notice the effects of aging. We are talking about poor circulation, stiff knees, tingling fingers, and muscles that don't feel as firm as they once did. All of that is addressed by almonds, but not in the way you may think. Almonds are the most abundant natural source of vitamin E, but it's not the only ingredient that gives them their potency. It's the combination of vital amino acids like arginine and lysine, vitamin E, manganese, and biotin. Together, these nutrients help your body produce more connective tissue, strengthen blood vessels, and slow down the breakdown of collagen. Adults who ate 2 ounces of almonds every day for 6 weeks experienced a 32% increase in skin elasticity and a 12% improvement in vascular function, according to a clinical study published in the Journal of Nutrition. These improvements are important indicators that collagen pathways are being supported from the inside out. By reducing insulin surges and blood sugar, which most seniors are unaware are linked to joint inflammation, almonds also strengthen the legs. Your collagen strands become less elastic and more rigid when your blood sugar levels rise. Brittle cartilage, groaning joints, and ultimately that excruciating bone-on-bone feeling when walking or standing up are the results of this. Almonds significantly slow down this process. Avoid eating salted and dry roasted almonds if you want to maximize their nutritional value. To protect the delicate fats and stay away from too much sodium, use almonds that are raw or soaking. Almonds that have been soaked can also be ground into nut butter, add it to cereal, or blend it into smoothies. But be sure there are no additional sugars or oils in the butter. Seniors should consume 15 to 20 almonds daily. That is sufficient to maintain ease of digestion while delivering the clinical dosages utilized in investigations. Prepare yourself because the next nut may be the most collagen-boosting, leg-strengthening meal that experts have examined in the past 10 years. You probably haven't heard of it either. First place, Macadamia Nuts. Macadamia nuts may appear like the guiltiest of all the nuts on this list. They're buttery, delicious, and frequently deemed excessively fatty for senior citizens who are attempting to maintain their health. 99% of seniors are unaware of this fact, nevertheless. It's possible that macadamia nuts are the most potent nut you can eat to strengthen your legs, protect your collagen, and cure your nerves. Why? What your aging cells sorely require is remarkably similar to their fat profile. More than 75% of macadamias comprise monounsaturated fat, mostly palmitoleic and oleic acids. Your body needs palmitoleic acid, a rare omega-7 lipid, to repair connective tissue, skin, and nerves. Consuming omega-7 fatty acids was directly linked to decreased levels of C-reactive protein, a sign of systemic inflammation that breaks down collagen and damages joints, according to a study published in Lipids and Health and Disease. People who regularly ate macadamia nuts had better endothelial function and vascular flexibility, according to another study published in the Journal of Clinical Lipidology. Both are essential for blood flow to the hands and legs, particularly in cases of tingling or numbness. However, macadamias are not just for joints. By shielding your nerve cells' lipid sheaths, they actively promote nerve health. Seniors who suffer from peripheral neuropathy, foot tingling, or muscle misfiring should pay particular attention to this. Macadamia's monounsaturated fats, copper, and magnesium give your body the building blocks it needs to strengthen neuromuscular transmission and repair damaged nerves. Indeed, after just 30 days, a mouse model study published in Nutrients showed that omega-7 treatment improved leg strength scores and reversed early nerve injury signs. Avoid purchasing macadamias that have been roasted in vegetable oil or covered in chocolate if you want to reap the full benefits. Choose macadamias that are raw, unsalted, roasted, or dried. Consume them in tiny portions. The levels used in human trials can be replicated with just 8 to 10 nuts per day. To easily increase your daily dose of these uncommon fatty acids, you may also blend them into smoothies, cut them into Greek yogurt, or even cook with macadamia nut oil. Macadamias are more than just tasty. They may be the most important nut for elders to maintain their freedom and mobility. The science is obvious. Muscle deterioration, nerve irritation, and collagen loss are not limited to aging. When you feed your body the appropriate nutrients, they slow down significantly, and when you eat the wrong things, they accelerate. There is actual research to support each and every nut on this list, and the outcomes are indisputable. Rebuilding collagen, reducing joint discomfort, increasing blood flow, and reversing nerve damage before it becomes irreversible can all be achieved with just a handful of the appropriate nuts each day. And keep in mind that the majority of seniors continue to consume peanuts, overly processed snacks, or nuts that have been fried in inflammatory oils. You're not like other seniors, though. You can make smarter decisions today. You have the evidence that food may be a potent medication, along with the facts and remedies. Don't merely see this video, take action. This week, try one of these nuts first. When you walk, pay attention to how your legs feel. When you wake up in the morning, take note of the change in your hands. It's your time now. Which nut do you typically eat? Additionally, have you observed any changes in the condition of your joints or nerves? Tell us in the comment section below. Every single one is being read and responded to. If this was useful to you, please subscribe and enable notifications. Because every week we have more videos with scientific backing. You do not wish to miss the following step. Please feel free to leave any comments or questions in the space provided below. Thank you for viewing.